So, hello everyone, welcome to our show today. We're just two guests today for a special edition,
Episode 2.
Ma- episode 2. Yeah,
Episode 2 of what's it called? Open tabs.
open tabs,
So
yeah.
today it's two open tabs. Uh, Three others are missing. So let's jump right into what we are discussing. So today's
Yeah.
first topic that we are discussing is Apple raises its costs. So Pujari, what do you think? Uh, I mean, in India, at least the model that I purchased so I bought a MacBook Air M5 just a few months ago, uh, when it launched in the same week, and I bought it for 129, and right now the same model is 193. So that's roughly 40 to 45,000 increase in the model. That's a very big raise, and many people are saying that the price rise in India is much higher than the US. How is it in Europe?
Think,
Increase.
yeah, so I assume the prediction is right. It's increased more in India compared to the West.
Yeah, Tim Cook has called the shortage a 100-year flood and said he'd never seen anything like this in 40 years. So it seems like
Yeah,
AI
but
is
I assume this is all artificial thing,
why do
something
you
they
feel
have
that?
tweaked in the artificially in the supply chains. Well, I assume it's the time to make money when there is enough money in the market. It's the right time, it's the right opportunity to pull in the money back from the market by offering the same features and same devices. So I
So
think
so
there is
so
nothing
who is the
wrong if
culprit
maybe
here,
if I were
according
Tim
to
Cook,
you?
I don't think anybody is a culprit. It's a win-win for anyone.
It's
Even the
not a win for the
consumers need good
consumers, right?
computing power. Like I wouldn't say a win, but I would say it's a necessity of the need of the hour. Like if you see most of the Fable models, which we'll speak on later on when we'll discuss about it, it needs a very good computing power. So I think people won't be compromised with the price and what it can do. So I feel it was a very good move, seeing the market sentiment, what they have done. I don't think anything
Hmm.
wrong. If I was in Tim Cook's place, I too would have done the same thing.
So it's not just Apple, actually. Microsoft has raised Xbox prices. They're citing console storage and memory costs rising more than 2.5x. Dell, Lenovo, HP moved months earlier. So consumer electronics are facing a lot of damage because of the compute arms race, and I think we will all have to bear the cost of it.
Yeah, you have to bear the cost of it, and like I mentioned, people are ready to pay for it. They're ready to pay if it serves the job. So it's like Tim Cook said, it's a once in a 100-year flood. So it's a flood for them to make money as well. I don't think they would be. They're just making a good chunk of extra profit from this. But I don't think it's something that is happening organically. It's driven artificially, in my point of view. I came across
Okay.
some articles on LinkedIn and Medium, so I assume this is all artificially created. But we never know, it might be true.
So our next topic is Fable 5. How is your experience with Fable 5? Have you been using it more than Opus, or are you getting downgraded to Opus? What's going on? What's your experience with it?
I have been using Opus High and extra effort itself for my day-to-day task, but I did use Fable for a few of the case study topics which I got when I was applying for jobs. So it did really well and it helped me take a lot of decisions. I feel it's very, very somewhere never seen in a lifetime. I
Have you
assume
run out
they're
of
also
tokens? Because
launching the Mythos script.
yesterday, yesterday they reset the limits for everybody. So if
Yeah,
you're
like I the the main concern I am not using Fable is it eats up a lot of tokens and I don't want to waste them because I have other tasks to do which are happening on a day-to-day basis and which I have to keep it running in the background. So that's one of the main reason I haven't used Fable so far much. But I feel it's very powerful and dangerous. I think it should be controlled well by Anthropic. I hope they're doing the good job in that.
But I think Anthropic is going to make Fable available for all because OpenAI just released their frontier models, uh, and OpenAI, in order to keep their subscribers to not moving, they have to keep Fable 5. I think at some point, uh, all other companies will catch up and Anthropic can no longer. So we can already see OpenAI's latest models. Uh, they, I mean, from the users' reviews that I saw on Twitter, uh, it does on specific tasks almost as good as Fable, but overall people still say Fable 5 is better. But if it costs, 50 to 80% less than Fable 5, but can get you at least 90% way through there, I think it will be a tough challenge for Fable 5. So it will be interesting to
Yeah,
see what
but
Anthropic does.
yeah, but to add to that, I feel most of the tasks which are already being running on, let's say, if somebody is using Cowork for the day-to-day work and they're very used to it, I don't think they will switch over to something else. So I think retaining the customers will be a very I think Anthropic is doing a very good job in retaining their customers, so I don't think, at least I myself wouldn't go through back to OpenAI models. I myself have removed it away from all my bookmarks and shortcuts in my mobile applications. So even for the
But
simplest
but
task, my hand just
but
goes and
why
clicks
though? Why?
Anthropic cloud.
So OpenAI is still leading in the consumer AI race. Most of their revenue is still from the general public than enterprises. Anthropic is more on the enterprise. Uh, that's where they're seeking most of their value from. So, I mean, what are the things that OpenAI offers that Anthropic doesn't? They have a video generator. You can make AI videos. Of course, you can make AI images, right? I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
these are two big things that Dario has flagged before that Anthropic will not be getting into. So, I mean, consumers, we, um, people who want to generate images or who want to, make posters and stuff like that, I think they will still, consumers, the general public may still prefer OpenAI because it offers a much better value.
Yeah, like you're right to that. So it again it depends on use cases for what purpose. Even if I want to make a funny picture of a friend or do something in my free time, I definitely use OpenAI or Gemini for that, the Nano Banana models. So I assume, but for on a large scale at the enterprise level, I think Anthropic is leading at lead at the pace at what they're doing and the way Elon is also praising today. He was a critic just last year and he changed his mind within
Right,
just 10 years time by seeing how they are working.
right. I mean, I
So
would
I think
argue that
the clear
maybe,
winner
I,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anthropic.
So I saw that tweet too, where I think in August of 2025, I'm not sure of the exact date, but Elon was saying that Anthropic
Yeah,
has
yeah,
no future, but now he's praising them. So I think, so I mean, we all know that Anthropic is using XAI's Colossus data centers, right? So uh, Anthropic is
yeah.
basically a customer now in the GPU area for SpaceX. So I don't think Elon would want to speak ill of his own customers. So that could be one reason. But still, I think everybody. Uh, so I think that's one angle to it. But yeah, Anthropic is definitely still at the forefront, despite GPT 5.5 or Kimi K 2.7, all of them catching up. So it will be interesting to see. It's nice to see Elon switching his standpoint now.
Yeah,
Do you
but
want to
if
move
you
on to
see
the
how
next
the
topic?
market, yeah, but if you see the market sentiment, how the people get changed to their opinions are when somebody sitting at the pinnacle of for the innovation of AI and all the major activities and transition happening in the world. So I think if somebody, a person at that stature like Elon Musk, if he mentions it, I think the people will be drawn to that. Yeah,
I
okay.
guess this is a good time to move on to the next topic, which is
Yeah, yeah, we
Europe
can move
is
on. Yeah.
worried about missing in the AI race. The numbers are brutal and quotable. Europe hosts just 5% of global AI compute versus 80% in the US and has produced just three foundational models against US's 40 and China's 15. Regulated the interface but forgot to build the engine is perfect tagline. So, what do you think?
So I think, yeah, they're way behind than that. I think Europe is still focused only on the real engineering side, and they are still very concerned about how it will wipe out away the jobs, and also the social security of jobs. What's the major, because the labor laws in Europe are one of the harshest on that most airtight regulations on earth. So I think it makes sense for them to be concerned, and also the end the phase of research what Europeans follow is very slow and very step by step. They take each step with a lot of pros and cons. They tick all the boxes before it's implemented to the mass market. So I think there are some researches going on in the background, but again, Europe rewards a long-term research rather than a short-term without checking, doing some checklists, doing some quality checks. So yeah, they feel they are left behind, but they're a good user. I think they're contributing to the usage of the models what are being produced both by the US and China. So yeah, but it's also a good, very concerning thing that they're left behind. I think they'll pick it up soon enough.
I think the number one
What's your
bottleneck
take on that?
that I see here is uh, uh, I mean, especially if you're setting up a data center, you need a lot of electricity. Electricity is one of the biggest constraints, I think, right after GPUs. Uh, so Europe is already facing a giant electricity shortage. So setting up a data center, I don't think is really their number one priority right now.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah,
so
yeah,
from
but
what I
from my point of view, if you see the Nordic countries where the temperature is relatively cooler even in harsh summer temperatures as well, I think they would reduce the cost of their energy, the cooling cost of their servers significantly by housing them over there. But again, it's a lot of concerning thing towards the environment. Again, because there are a lot of regulations being already set up here in Europe. I think if they really want to be a part of the IRS, they have to think about using those regulations. Is in my point of view.
right. So I think Mistral, which released a model last month, was in a lot of news. I'm not sure if you've used it. I haven't gotten the chance to either. But Mistral, a French LLM model, the company is valued at $11 billion. So out of Europe, Mistral is the company that I've heard of. I've not heard of other companies, and if the only company that I've heard of is valued only at 11 billion, then I'm not really sure how
Yeah,
the scene in Europe is.
Yeah, like there are a lot of trolls being going on social media that Europeans actually, European startups actually make money with a sensible valuation rather than a bloated valuation that happens in the US. So they try to prove they try to defend their fall back in the AI race with that. But yeah, it is a concerning thing. Most of the European Union meetings have come to a conclusion that if Europe doesn't reinvent itself, it's going to become a museum for the future generation, which it already is.
Yep, we should
Yeah.
see if any big model comes out of Europe soon.
Yeah.
Because
But
right now,
I think,
US and China
yeah,
are at the forefront of it, and the race is intense.
yeah, but again, already Europe is doing their part with GS and ASML in the major chunk, playing a very good role in developing the GPUs that are needed, the chips for the machine that makes the machine. So I think ASML and ZIS are doing their part. And also, I think somebody has to keep a good watch as a watchdog of what's really happening so it doesn't fall in the wrong hands. So I think the EU is doing a good job in that at least.
So EU is going to control the first node of the supply chain, that is the lithography machines itself,
Yeah, the
which
lithographic machine
makes,
itself,
yeah, which makes the machines that makes the chips.
chips, yeah. And I
Great.
think one of the reason why, and Europe's decision makes a very good impact in all of this. So I think one of the only the guys in the tech space are concerned about that. Other guys who are into core engineering stuff, they're absolutely least bothered about it. They're just doing their part of the job.
Right. The next topic is something close to Likit Pujari. So, influx of Asian students into Europe. Big Four, US, UK, Canada, Australia are tightening their immigration and students are shifting to Europe. In Q1 of 2026, 47% of the European universities reported a year-over-year increase in international graduates. Germany is the top EU destination for Asian students, hosting nearly 170,000, and Asian students are 40% of the foreign student body. Germany enrolled more than
Yes,
400,000 foreign students in 24 and 25, a record high. What do you have to say?
so I think yeah, if one door shuts, the other window has to open. So Europe has kept the window open, and the amount of graduates from Asian countries are significantly very high. So I think it was something bound to happen, and I think the EU also saw it coming because once the Canada closed their doors and the UK are slowly tightening their rules, and the UK is not doing so well in their economy, and also the uncertainty of the F1 student visa. So I think it's something where people had to opt for the next best choice, and I think most of them are finding Germany and Netherlands as a very good choice. And so it is what it is.
And how is this correlated to, increase in ghost job postings in Germany? Are they correlated? Because that's the next topic we're discussing.
Not exactly correlated, but I think that's it's the way how we see it. But I think the ghost jobs are mostly something to do with the HR's game. I don't think that has anything to do with the influx of Asian students. I am
Why is it
assuming,
happening? Why are there more ghost job openings nowadays?
well, I assume they are trying to understand the new talent pool because it's been a very significant shift in the last 3 years. Most of the subject modules are being changed. The way things are taught at the university level are being changed. How degrees function are being changed. The hiring process has significantly changed. So I think it might be on our side that they might be finding for the best fit for the role, so that's why it might be kept open. But if I remember correctly, some postings which I thought were ghost jobs, I started to get some replies for those job postings of late in the last 15 days. So I don't think they're technically so-called ghost jobs. I feel there are
Research
some.
says that 1 in 7 jobs are ghost jobs in Germany.
Yeah, it is 1 in 7. That's certainly true. But yeah, like I am one of the prime example for that who did receive a few screening calls through those ghost job postings, which I assumed they were ghost job postings. So yeah, I think it's something to do. Maybe they're still finding the right fit. We can't blame the system as well. The market is as such. It's a very competitive market. Some HRs and talent acquisition recruiters have been reporting that this is a never seen market before in the past 10 years. So I feel that something was bound to happen with the competitive market, what we are already seeing. Your language is also a very big restriction. Along with the language, the culture fit is one of the most restriction over here. So yeah, it was something. It is something we have to see as it's existent, but trying to be not so existent.
How is your job
So what
search
is
going?
my job search is fine. I've been in the hunt for a job from the past 3 months precisely, a serious 3 months, and yeah, I'm getting a few calls and a few case studies from some good companies, but nothing has proceeded it so far to the next level. So I'm really hoping for something to happen soon. And yeah, I understand the market is very competitive, and I have to improve a lot in my profile as well. Still picking up the language and also building up some new skills. And yeah, I think I have to just wait for the right time for the right exact job or where I become a good fit. I'm waiting for it to happen soon. But yeah, also with a lot of changes in the hiring process, like I mentioned earlier, the hiring process has significantly changed.
What it would be your suggestion to new students who might be coming to Germany?
Yeah, you have to just plan the road. You have to just be aware of the reality roadmap ahead, that it's not so easy once you land in a foreign land where you don't know anyone. The language is completely new. The culture is completely significantly a lot different than what's in the West, in the US, and from India. And so, yeah, it takes time to get adjusted to the system. It's a very bureaucratic system. So, anybody coming, they're always welcome to this country. Europe always welcomes everybody with open arms. So there is no restriction with that. But yeah, they have to be ready to face whatever decision they take along the way. So yeah, they have to do their own research well. That's the only agenda.
Any other topic you want to discuss before we wrap up this episode?
I think yeah, for the viewers, they have to keep watching
I
our
don't think we
discussion.
are
I
going to
think
edit that out. It will be part of the thing.
yeah, let it be, let it be.
Okay.
It should be
Okay.
organic.
That's a wrap.
Okay.